So that's very good. So Ram Navami just passed. So our theme of today's class is Ram. Okay. So I'll just tell you a bit of story. So I told you guys before that I have done my master's in neuro, so in brain. So my project was, and I'll tell you how this story is related and why I'm telling the story. So my project was to create whenever we do an experiment, we have a hypothesis, right? And then
Good
we have
morning,
to.
Archana.
Good morning, Seemaji. Good morning, Swarupa. Good morning, Gidney. Couple of more people are supposed to join. Okay. So in any experiment, we have to create a baseline data, right? Baseline data. And then we compare that baseline data to other data, like any anomaly or any patients. So my project was to create a baseline data on normal population for a particular project. Okay. And it was for falls prevention. And in Canada, falls is the #1 cause of hospital admission in seniors. Maybe because there's a lot of snow. That's what I think. I think in US it's more cardiovascular disease, but in Canada, falls is the #1 cause of hospital admission and death for older people. So falls, the way we fall, why we fall, and how we can improve that, it's studied a lot in Canada. So my job was to create a few surfaces that would emulate outdoor surface, and then hide that surface and make people walk on it, so that all of a sudden when they encounter that different surface, they lose their balance, right? And we had 6 camera system, and they used to wear all markers, and we used to capture their image and then analyze the data later. So my experiment was to create a baseline measure, like if normal adults like us, we fall, how do we recover from fall? And my other colleagues, they were working on different populations like stroke patients or older people. So they had different base measurement for those populations. So what I'm trying to say is any experiment we do, we always try to have a ideal baseline measurement, and then we compare that ideal baseline measurement to another population so that we know how much is the difference. That's how we do the study. Okay, got it? So whenever I like study Ramayana or Mahabharata, Ramayana was written before Mahabharata, and Ramayana is kind of a measurement of idealism, right? How an ideal man should be, how an ideal husband or wife should be, how an ideal brother should be. So that's what I feel. Like Ramayana, our rishis were so smart, they created a baseline measurement for us. And in Mahabharata, it's totally opposite. We have characters from all over the world in Mahabharata, right? You can find all characters in Mahabharata, whatever is found in the world. So for a society, it's always a struggle to reach to that idealism, right? But that's what our culture teaches us. That's why Ram is the epitome of the ideal Maryada Purushottam, right? Whatever we call it. And all the characters in Ramayana is like reaching that ideal state, reaching that height of state where you always behave in a right way, always choose the correct path, no matter what the situation in your life is, right? So at the individual level, we always struggle towards getting that perfect body, perfect mind, perfect house, right? Keep it everything towards that idealism. The whole struggle is towards that. And so to imbibe that, because if we don't do that, whenever Ram goes down in us, Ravan comes up. That's always either you see in an individual or see in a society, right? It's always like that. So we all should struggle towards reaching that state of perfection. So with that in mind, that we are all striving towards reaching a particular perfect image for ourselves, we sit in the seat of meditation today. Okay. And we'll do again mantra jap today, because again that's very powerful to connect with ourselves, because it was Ram Navami recently passed. The mantra for today is Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Okay. So, and I'll tell you how to pronounce or say the tune of it. So we'll chant Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram 8 times. And the first 2 times, it'll be very softer. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. That Ram goes down, the tone. Okay. The second time also the same thing. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Third, Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Like a flatter tone. And the fourth also same thing. Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Fifth and sixth will be higher tone. Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Seventh and eighth again flat tone. Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Got it? And we'll breathe after every one sentence, like Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, we'll breathe. Okay? So you can put one hand in Dhyaan Mudra on the lap and one hand, you can count, or you can go this way also. Whatever you feel connects with you within ourselves, because knowing Ram is knowing ourselves. Finding Ram is finding ourselves. जो सब में रमता है वही राम है, right? Okay, but let's begin with 3 ohms just to center ourselves. Take a deep breath. Just for a minute, we'll focus on our breath and center ourselves. Make sure our clothing is not tight and legs are in comfortable position, spine completely straight. Jaws are not clenched, neck is not very tight, and tongue is not very tight also. We hold our tongue tight when we are stressed out. Take a couple of deep breaths. And our next in-breath, we'll start the mantra chanting. Take a deep breath. Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Breathe. Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Breathe. Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Breathe. Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Breathe in higher pitch. Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Softly. Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Okay. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and we'll start the Anulom, Vilom, Pranayama. And I'll continue to chant the Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, and each Sri Ram, Jai Jai, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, you'll coordinate with your breath. You can do it two ways. Either you can take in the breath, hold it, and take out through the other. Take in, hold, and take out. Or you can just, without holding in, can continue. Whatever suits you, whatever is your practice, or you can experiment either or. Okay? So, Shri Ram Ram Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri 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 Ram Jaya Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. You can finish off your Anulom Vellum cycle. And we'll do the Kapalbhati, which is the forceful expiration, in which you do your tummy contractions. I'll again chant the same mantra, which each word you try to coordinate your contraction. Okay? Ready? Take a deep breath. Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram, 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 Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. And take a break anytime you get tired, but go with a beat. Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Take a deep breath.